Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Patrick Pedux, and this is this very special video today. We're going to be talking about the gigantic ass packet from Game Informer that was leaked about the Xbox 720. We're going to be talking about the hardware, we're going to be talking about the software, and then the authenticity in that order. So I have it on my iPad, but if you want to download the gigantic packet, it is going to be first link in the description. Go check that out. So yeah, that it will be there. So first I want to talk about hardware, and then we're going to go to software, and then we're going to go lastly to what I think about the legitimacy of this. And yeah, so let's get started. So first off, for hardware, obviously they're going to do something new. They want to redefine the way everything looks. So we have this one picture here of the Xbox 720. It just kind of looks like a gigantic box. Well, is that what they're going to do? I think so. I think so because they want it to be the center of your living room. And the center of my living room at the moment is another box by DirecTV that is a square. So that's why I think they're going to do that. I think they really want to make it conform to everything else. That's basically the reason. I think that's what they're going to do. So in terms of like the structure of the actual hardware, they kind of, there's a diagram of it. So I'll let you guys see the other side. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, the core architecture is basically the stuff that the thing needs, and then the rest is kind of stuff that you can upgrade and change and move and a bunch of other schmancy dancy stuff. Anyways, 6 to 8 time ARM times 86 2 gigahertz CPU cores. That's just for the game itself. So that could be 6 maybe if you buy the low end model, 8 if you buy the high end model, just for playing Halo. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a lot. 2 gigahertz. I would like to see a bit more, maybe 2.2 overclock, 2.4, but yeah, that's what we're gonna get. So and then as for the GPU, that's just for the game. We're gonna get a 64 ALU 2 gigahertz. I mean that was or 1 gigahertz. That was kind of straightforward. I think they released a while ago. It's probably gonna be an ALU. So that shouldn't be any shock to anyone. And then for the system itself, that also gets 2 ARM times 86 2 gigahertz processors. That's just for the system itself, with a 48 ALU. The other one was 64, 500 megahertz. That should be. That's just for the system. So when you hit the home button and the thing pops up, that would be running on a different GPU, because it just doesn't need as much power. Plus, they can keep those two GPUs on. They can keep the CPU for the system and the GPU on 24/7, which keeps it on a low power state because it doesn't need to, do the RAM, the memory, the flash storage, the security system, the CPU, the GPU, all that stuff. It doesn't need to do that. It just needs the CPU and the GPU, and it can process even while it's off. Video and audio accelerators, they obviously video output. Use your head, that's going to be in there. Blah. User interface offload, that's kind of like the backbone. And then the other thing, the base I/O. So these are basically the ports. So the USB 3.0. That's obviously going to be coming because that's kind of the latest series in the USB chain. And we all know that the Xbox supports USB. That's how you plug in controllers, and the Kinect is through USB. So we knew that the USB 3.0 would be coming. That was just kind of straightforward. HDMI, they don't change. They're not going to take anything away, and the HDMI is definitely something they would not take away. The HDMI cable, is the little trapezoid with the corner rounded. A PCIe port. If you're wondering what a PCIe port is, it is this is my Blackmagic Intensity Pro. It's right there. This is a PCIe port. Or if you have a DVD player, or like a Blu-ray player or something in your computer, that also runs on a PCIe port. So I think it would be pretty cool if I could plug this into my Xbox and record straight from there and not need to plug this into my computer. Is that what they're going to do? I don't know, because maybe that could be inside the computer or inside the Xbox and not allow us to mess with it. I don't really know. They didn't give us a lot of information about that. Wi-Fi capabilities, 802.11n. Straightforward. Obviously, it's the best in its class at the moment. Video output, flexible resize, so you can use different types of TVs. Compositing, so you can run on different resolutions, 3D, all that stuff. That kind of is straightforward. The reason they call it the 360 is because it takes an entire rotation on a processor, and so they wanted really powerful, what's the word I'm looking for? Really powerful CPU. That's what they're known for. So obviously we know there's going to be a crap load of CPUs. What is that? 11 to 13, depending on what model you get. That's a lot of CPUs. Isn't that 6, 8, 2? Yeah. That's a lot of CPUs. So, it will run DX11, but I'll get to that in the software thing. I just wanted to clear that up. DX11 and 3D TV. That just goes with the video output and the processing. So now for the Kinect. I don't like the Kinect, but whatever. In this picture here, we see that says Xbox 720 Kinect version 2 launches in one box. So yeah, they will be bundled together. You have to buy both of them, no exceptions. And the Kinect, that will be in 2013. I think most people already knew that. If you look at the Kinect in this picture, there's two of them. What they want to do with the Kinect, or at least what their aims are, is to have two little things. So almost like surround sound, but for the Kinect, so that they can get two perspectives. So it's like stereo imaging instead of mono imaging. If you understand those words, perfecto. If you don't, you'll be fine. Just know that there's going to be two. They want to be able to, upgrade their RGB camera. An RGB camera is the camera I use to record this. It's also, it's on the ground. So if you want to Skype someone, they want to improve that. An IR camera is something that kind of is infrared. I'll see if I can find a cool effect to make myself look infrared. And if I do, it'll be right now. Stuff like that. So they just want to upgrade that, probably for Skype and reasons like that. The Kinect, they also want to do 4-person connectivity, so it can process looking at 4 people at once. 4-player tracking. 4 people can wave their arm like, and you wave your hand, and it's like, no, you're not waving your hand, so you have to go like this. And can you see that, like this? I hate the Kinect so much. That's personal opinion. Anyways, improved voice recognition. That's pretty straightforward. 3D play space. Yeah, so when they have two, what they can do is that they can make it closer, and it can process a lot more of it, so you don't need to push all your furniture and have like a warehouse to use the Kinect. You don't need to have some stupid like warehouse size just to wave your hand like an idiot and tell a Kinectimal that it's cute or something. That's where they're going with the Kinect. We'll see where it goes. But obviously the got it. To the next page. Of course, that'll be in there. It's the Kinect. That's all for the hardware version of it. Actually, there is one more thing about the hardware. It does say in here towards the end that they want to make it roughly $299 for both of them. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's gonna happen. But that's what they said. It also said 10-year life cycle. Lastly, it kind of separate from the hardware, but still very important to it, is something called Fortaleza, which is their idea at 3D, capabilities. So hold on, I just need to Okay, no, fine. At 3D capabilities. It would not come out in 2013. It would actually come out in 2014, according to this. But you wear the glasses and like, whoa, and Master Chief walks out and shoots you, and you're like, and then you realize that it's 3D and it's really not that cool because 3D is lame. But that come out in 2014. They're calling it Fortaleza. And then they also wanted you to be able to click it. Oh, I'm getting a call. Oh my god. That's what their idea is. They have a little picture here. I think it's pretty funny. But the 2015, someone's in the shopping mall with their glasses on. The big bulky. Oh, I got to tweet. Click. That's kind of futuristic. But it's possible. They have the technology now. We all saw the Google Glass, video. So yeah, that's all for the hardware aspect. And now for the hardware/software aspect. And you're probably thinking, how the heck does that work? Well, sorry. The reason I looked up at the light is, if you didn't know, if you look at a light, it actually makes you sneeze. You learn something every day. The hardware and software aspect. So as we know, they want this to be a 10-year device and last for 10 years, which is kind of ridiculous because you can't upgrade it like the PC. So PC gaming, you can upgrade and make it a lot better. And you can't really do that with the Xbox or the PlayStation. Well, they kind of came up with a way of fixing that by changing kind of the core. You see, they want to have data centers, kind of like dedicated servers and crap like that, where what they want to do is set up kind of centers with gigantic CPUs. If you look at this picture here, it has like the row for, you can keep all of this memory and stuff on it. You can keep everything in the cloud. We already seen cloud storage. Now they want to do cloud processing, which would be allow a center to process everything your Xbox needs and just send it back to your Xbox to display it. What that allows something to do is basically they can upgrade these centers and keep building them with the newer and newer version CPUs, so that they could process stuff faster, send to your Xbox faster, and it would almost be like having a brand new Xbox. I like this little picture here. Here, I'll probably move it right there, where it says new Xbox in 30 seconds. That's kind of their idea, is to do that. I know it's possible. I know they'll do it. I just think it'll cost a lot of money. So it'll kind of be built into the software and stuff like that. And as my awesomely amazing transition, we can talk about software. So first I want to talk about Xbox software and then gaming software. As for Xbox software, the dashboard, there we do get a little glimpse at the dashboard. It's kind of white and has the little blue thing. That could be anything. That's just concept art. It doesn't mean anything. But they do want to be able to use your iPad to play a game, and your phone to play a game. I don't know if that's possible. I think it'll be possible at one point. However, I think you'll need a special device from them. I don't think you could use the little Apple iPad. I don't think it has the processing power to play Halo. I mean, it honestly, it just does not. It can't do that. So we'll see. They want to eventually be able to do that, but we'll if it comes out, it'll come out. That's it. And we all saw something about the Microsoft Surface. You can pick the play and then it comes up on the TV. That's obviously going to happen. That'll even happen with the Xbox 360. But as where they can change it for the 720, there's not too many routes they can take. But this is Microsoft. They'll surprise us. We know they will at some point. The next thing is multimedia kind of integration. So multimedia means many different types of mediums. What they want to be able to, or allowed to do, is you're playing Gears of War 5, and then you want to see, or your friend sitting next to you wants to see the NFL scores, and then it kind of pops up. Like on television, how they have the little bar at the bottom. It wants to pop up a little thing. Here, I'll show you. Right now, if you can see the little thing at the bottom, they basically want to do that. Maybe have like your fantasy league stuff and stuff like that, or maybe information about how your friends are doing in games, or maybe even advertisements so that they can make more money. Just saying. Anyways, moving on. The other ideas for software for the actual Xbox are obviously the capabilities, stuff like that. Movies, you download movies off the thing. They want to be able to download music, machinima, stuff like that. MLB, NFL, NHL, etc., etc., etc. But that's it for the Xbox stuff. Next is to the actual gaming stuff. This is where it gets pretty interesting. Because the new Xbox, it would allow games to be better graphics and better longer. The PS3 is allowed to have longer games, and the Xbox is allowed to have higher quality games. However, because you need to make sure that you have the short game so that the Xbox can play it, and the kind of lower quality so that the PS3 can have it, you got to find this middle ground. The Xbox wants to change that by having what they call fidelity games just for the Xbox 720. Games like that would be Halo. Halo is a full fidelity game for the Xbox. God of War is one for the PS3. I can't think too many. For the PC, there is a lot. But now they're starting to bring them over to consoles. I can't really say anything about that. So basically, that's what they want to do. It works. And then also allow games to be longer. It will allow games to be downloaded from the internet. It will allow people or allow companies to more easily patch things, have better security systems, stuff like that. They want it to be like amazing and enriching experiences that can incorporate the iPad and the phone and the blah 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 blah. So that's basically their ideas for the software aspect. But Call of Duty will always be Call of Duty, and Gears of War will always be Gears of War. No one can change that. So better graphics, yes. Better gameplay, yes. Faster gameplay in terms of FPS, like frames per second, probably. They'll probably be able to kick it up a bit higher, especially on the PS4. But other than that, they want to have games, AAA titles like Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Gears of War, Halo, stuff like that. They want to have those AAA titles for the Kinect, because Kinectimals is no longer fun, and everyone hates it. If you love it, you're probably like 4. That's 8. 4. Just 4. No. There we go. That's how you make 4. Yeah. Software. I don't think there's anything else about software that I can think of. No, there's not. That's it for in terms of software. They want to have big AAA titles. They want to make it, intertwine and cloud stuff. And I just realized my iPad has a dent in it. Shh, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Shh, shh. That was not my fault. My sister is dead. Okay. Anyways, next on to the last little bit of our convo here is the authenticity of this. The authenticity, I was looking this over, and I think I came to a conclusion. I think that this packet is real. From Microsoft, from the people who make the Xbox, I think it is. I really do. The sketches in there are in line. A lot of the research is in line. It seems very good and seems very legit. However, just my teacher used to say, just because it's real doesn't mean it's true. And I think that's correct. I believe that a advertisement person at Microsoft was told to make this packet and leak it. And there's many reasons for that. The first is the biggest one, is it was on Game Informer's website. And the Xbox did release a thing trying to get it taken down from the internet. Obviously, of course they do. That's their cover. Bill Gates, the second richest man in the world who makes the Xbox, if he wanted to say, oh, I want this off the internet, it goes off the internet. It's Bill Gates. If he wants something done, it gets done. So if they wanted it down, it would be down by now. And it's not. So obviously we're missing something. That's why I think it's from an advertisement standpoint. There's a lot of stuff that we've heard at the E3 things, like center of your living room and blah, 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 blah. That sounds very advertising and not something that they would talk about at conferences. Also, back to the Microsoft part. It's Microsoft. Microsoft isn't an idiot. A 56-page packet does not get leaked on the internet from Microsoft. Like, they have much better security than that. They're not idiots. They're not. If they wanted it taken off the internet, it would be taken off the internet. So I personally do believe that it was staged by Microsoft. Leave your opinions down in the comments. I'm really interested about this. Now, the other side. Could it be fake? It could. It could be fake. Because, as I said, it has a lot of advertisement points. And, if you're going to make a fake one, you kind of just take stuff that you've already heard and already known of and put it in there. We know there's going to be Blu-ray. We know it's going to be longer games. We know it's going to have 3D. We know. Everyone knows that. So why not just put it in there? There was nothing new, nothing really that exciting that any intelligent person really couldn't figure out that was in this packet. The other thing is the picture they had. I'll show it again of the Xbox. It's a box. It's a bloody box. I do personally think it will look like that. However, for concept art, you wouldn't think that they would come out with like a gigantic like pinata looking thing or some fancy schmancy thing. So this guy could have easily just made a box if it was fake. But I think it would take a long time to make a fake one. It would take a lot of effort to make a fake one. And I don't know. I think it's real. I think it was staged. So that's my opinion on it. Make sure you leave in the comments what you think, your opinion on it. The authenticity, the hardware, software, whatever, in the description or in the comments. And make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed it. It is over here. Add to favorites if you really think it is that special. And hit share to show it to your friends, colleagues. If you work at Microsoft and you want to show it to your manager to say, hey, look, we got screwed over. Hit the share button. Share. So share if you want to. Let's get this out. Let's destroy Microsoft, I guess. And if you want to see more of me, or you want to see more Xbox 720 updates, PS4 updates, there is one place to see all of that, and it's really easy to get to. You just got to hit that button there. It says PDuck's channel, and that is your center. That is your home for next generation, or Generation 8 as they're calling it, hardware, software, and all the best stuff. Click that button up there. And if you want to make sure you don't miss a single video from me, hit that subscribe button up there. It helps me out a lot. And I would really like to see you guys comment. So I'll have to talk to you guys all later. I gotta go. So I'll see you all later. And thanks for watching. And bye.